from a lore that they probably believed in thousands of years ago, when it actually was a half-breed, an evolution of mankind.
They still are, I would say, anatomically similar to humans, but they have, they're much taller, they're bigger, they have hides that are thicker, their musculature gets slightly augmented.
The reason why the Lycans and that particular species of half-breed is a threat, it was a question of understanding what it was about the werewolf lore that is as intelligent as you are, but is as bestial as a wolf could be.
I think, to me, the most terrifying thing is that we try to basically always have some degree of a performance in them that carries a level of intelligence. They are smart. I think, to me, that's actually the scariest thing about them. And when something can look at you, size you up, and be at your equal, if not above you, I think it becomes very, very scary.
We really tried to capture the right balance of both human lupine anatomy and that level of imperfection that makes it not feel like this kind of action-y comic book creature, and much more like this is a creature that could have existed that we just haven't seen yet.
The anatomy has to be right. If it doesn't look like it's built for the purpose that it needs to serve, it's going to look kind of artificial. You don't want something to look like a man in a suit. You don't want something to just have weird kind of bones jutting out of it just because that looks cool or scary.
Also trying to retain a sense of the person. We didn't want this magical transformation from specific guy to generic scary creature. We wanted a sense of who that person was, still kind of transferred into the Lycan anatomy.
We knew that one of the pillars of the game was that we not just have Lycans, but we have the ability to transform a human into a Lycan, or vice versa. We wanted no cheats. We wanted continuous, no-cut shots of this happening. And so what that means is actually transforming the anatomy.
The blood from the heart through the veins and arteries. You kind of see this chest expansion as if maybe the lungs, the rib cage, and then all the rest of it as it's being carried through the blood kind of moves outwards to the extremities.
The hips, the pelvis.
The big toes of the humans actually morphs and migrates back to the dew claw.
Everything is very, very different from how the thing is structured.
Finding 3D topology that allowed us to achieve that was quite a process.
And then the hair growth was another challenge. As they're transforming, a mostly bald human is now transforming into a very hairy dog, cat-like creature.
On top of that, the skeletons of both characters are actually animating and transforming along with the splint shape. On top of that, the materials are animating and blending between the human state, sort of an in-between transformation state, and the Lycan state without any tricks or gimmicks.
I think that's something that people are going to be really kind of excited about. There's that moment where you're like, oh man, turning into a Lycan, that's awesome. And so we wanted to make sure we played that up. But